Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark, and I cannot wait to show you the set of doors. I freaking love these. I think you will too. So first of all, the set of doors comes with 7 different door styles, and we'll be adding more in the future because our hope is that everyone who looks at these doors will see a door that kind of reflects their own door. These will be lots of fun to put on your mantle just to celebrate different seasons, different events in life. These would also be great for housewarming gifts or even for realtors. That's especially a good market you guys should look at. There are so many different ways to customize these besides the door style itself. Of course, you can paint them. You'll see pictures of different ones we've done. You can also do just a natural wood like this. It looks really elegant. This is walnut plywood that I just put a clear coat on. Gorgeous. You can, I'll show you all the different options, or a lot of them, here in just a moment. But you can also choose from 2 different step sizes. You got this one here, or there's a wider version like this. And this can accommodate all the different options that we're going to show you, as well as things like a tree that can go right here to celebrate Christmas, for example. We'll be doing more of that in the future. So you can choose the different widths of the steps that you want. I'll show you a little special thing that I did. I'm not sure if you'll catch it on camera here, but I also engraved a heart with M and A on it right there in the cement, just to celebrate my love for my wife. So that's one of many different ways you can customize the steps themselves. But then we've got 12 different hangers and leaners that you can put on here just to really take it up a notch to celebrate all different kinds of events and holidays. For example, you can start with just a home sweet home, hanging on just like that. If you wanted to grab a doormat and you were sticking with the home sweet home option, you could do this right here. But then, let's say you wanted to go with maybe a fall theme. You can go with the Hello Fall, like this. Hang that guy right on there. And maybe you like the orange and you want to do something like the pumpkins. You could do a pumpkin right here, just like that. And then if you like the leaners, we could also do a fall leaner just like that. Or if you're going toward maybe Halloween, how about a ghost with a boo on it? And then you can put a jack-o'-lantern here, just like that. But that's not all. Just go on and on. Let's say you're going to Christmas. You could put a Merry Christmas hanger just like that. Let's say if it was your first home, you could take a doormat that says Our First Home, like that. Or if you wanted to stick with that theme, it could be Our First Home there. If you wanted to celebrate someone's birthdays, or even just a housewarming when somebody's coming over, you could put on some balloons just like that. Of course, there's always the option of putting some flowers here like this. If you have a baby at home sleeping, you can say shh on the doormat there. There's just no end to the different things you could do here with the elements that we're already including, and we're going to add more in the future. So let me walk you through the file and show you all the different tips and tricks to get the most out of this door set. All right, I want to walk you through all the different files here. I'm going to use a couple different ones that have some differences in them just to show you how they all work, but pretty much they all work kind of the same way. Let's look at door number 4. What's behind door number 4? Let's look at that one real quick because that's one I've got here in front of me. From left to right, you see that I've got a back piece, a middle piece, and then a top frame, and I'll show you that here as well. Here's the back piece, the middle piece, stacked just like this, and then the front frame stacks just like that, right there. And you see that you've got on the file, you've got a window frame right here, and then there's a blue one down below. And you'll end up with 2 different ones just like this. And they'll look pretty much the same to your eye, but they're not the same. Let me tell you about those. Any of my the door designs here that have a window insert, I like to give you that window insert because it gives you an opportunity to paint that a different color if you want. But also, the piece that comes out of that, which is right here, this one right here, is going to be kind of tight if you paint it and then put it back in. It'll be a really tight fit. In fact, you might have trouble with it. So that blue one down at the bottom, that one is a little bit thinner so that when you paint it, it will fit in there better. So if you're not going to paint, you do not need the blue one down below. If you are going to paint, I would not use the one that is up in here. I would use the blue one. So that's what that's for. Let me back up for a second. All the black lines in the file are cut. All the red lines are score, and the green is engrave. All right. So for example, on this one, when you engrave these pieces, it just gives it more of a visual depth. So you're really going to like that. So you've got these three that are stacked on top of each other from left to right there in the file. And then you see the score lines just give it a little bit more dimension, and it helps you know exactly where to place these other pieces. In this case, this one right here is the door plate. And that one goes right on top of those score lines there, right like this. You've also got the dot that you're going to hang everything from that goes right there. Little dot right here. And then you've got two different options for the door pull. I like the curved one, and you can just glue it right onto there like that. You'll just put glue on the ends of the curved parts and then glue it right in there on top of the door plate. Or you can use the other pull handle as well. The last couple pieces here are the steps, which it has a score line. You'll see in the other video that I made. That just gives you a visual so you know exactly where to put this when you glue it onto the steps. And they're also in the accessories, which we'll talk about in just a minute. There's a larger, wider set of steps if you want to use something like the Christmas tree on the sides. Last piece you have here is these two triangles, and those glue right in the back. I'll show you a finished one just like this. They glue right there to give this some stability and to also help you get the spacing exactly right from the front to the back. All right, let's look at one other option here before we go over the accessories. Here's the door that has the sunburst. I don't have it here in front of me, but I want to show you something. Right over here, you've got a frame. Again, these go from left to right, so this one stacks right on top of that one. Let me group those together so I don't move those accidentally. This one stacks right on top of this one here. And then the door frame goes right on top of that, just like the other ones. And then this frame goes right on top, and you align it right with the other door opening there, just like that. And then you've got two dots here. And the reason you've got two is because this one needs to come up another layer. So you just stack those two dots right on top of each other. And that way, those dots will be high enough for you to hang the hangers on there. Other than that, this is exactly the same as the other ones as well. Just wanted to show you that one. So if you ever have two dots in a file, that's what that's for. And again, you've got your two step pieces with the score line on it. Let's look at the accessories. There's a ton of accessories here. So you've got see if I can find them here in front of me. You got the Merry Christmas one right here. Over here on the left, you've got the pieces of the bow that goes together just like you expect it to. And then you glue them all together just like this. Paint them whatever color you want. Going to the right, you've got the hello, which I don't think I got in front of me, but you see how that goes. You just simply glue this right on top of that, just like that. You've got all the different welcome leaners. We've got lots of those to choose from. And you just simply glue the words on top of the back piece, and the red score lines help you know where to put the letters. And then you've got the rectangles up here on the top and bottom to give it more dimension. You've also got the option that has the pumpkins on it, just like this. Again, you cut the black, you score the red, and you engrave the green. Moving along here down to the next layer there, you've got the Hello Fall, the leaf like this. You've then got the pumpkins. These are two layer. You got a layer that glues right on top of the other one, just like this. And then you've got score lines to give it a little bit of dimension there. So make sure you score the red, don't cut it. That'll be good. And then, of course, you've got the jack-o'-lantern here. You cut the black, score the red. Comes out like this. You've got the super cute flowers here. And you've got flowers that stack. You see, let me zoom in here a little bit. You've got the front and back layers of the pot there. And then you simply score the flowers, and you can cut the black center of the flowers so you can paint a different color, put it back in there. And then I don't have it on this piece that's in front of me, but you've got this rectangle that glues right on the bottom, just like this, to give it a flat place to sit, easy to stand. Okay, so that's how that one works. We'll move down here to the rest of these before we go over to the doormats. You've got the ghost with boo, just like this. And then you've got the balloons. Again, it's layered kind of like the like the flowers are. You've got a layered bag or a box here on the bottom, and that's these pieces right here, front and back. And then you just sandwich it between putting the balloons in the middle, and then you simply glue your different balloons up there on the top. They go together really easy. One mistake you can make is if you find that the balloons are not fitting properly, you've probably got the middle piece backwards. So flip it over and they'll fit perfectly. And then you've got a rectangle here on the bottom, goes like this. That was just the same as the one on the bottom of the flowers, just to give it a nice stable place to sit. Okay. Then we've got the home sweet home, just like this, 2 layers. Sweet is on top, so you can paint it a different color. And then you've got our first home, which I don't know that I've got in front of me. Oh, yes, I do. Got it right here. Our first home, right there. And then we've got the fun shh, and I don't have one painted, but it's just like this right here, and it's on a little floating cloud there to just tell everybody, be quiet, baby's sleeping. Before we move on to the doormats, I wanted to show you just another option you can do. I don't know if I can get it in the frame here, but I engraved my wife and I's initials right here in the cement with a heart, so you could personalize the steps there in some fun and subtle ways as well. Let me move on to all the different doormats. These are a blast. The green, again, is engrave, and the red is score, the black is cut. So I included a lot of options here where you could reverse engrave. Let me hold this one up to the camera there. This one here is reverse engraved, so the sh is raised and everything else is engraved, so that's cool. Also got just the regular engraving of something like this that says our first home. And then I also had fun with pattern ply from Casey over at Smoky Hill Designs, and you can engrave different things like this that has some texture in it and makes it look like wood or whatever you want. That looks great as well. And there's lots of different options there for all the different doormats, or you can make your own. Almost done over here to the right. We've also got the larger set of steps, which looks like this. And again, there's that score line to show you where to place your door right there, and then to glue those triangles on. And then it leaves a space here so that you could put a Christmas tree like this right here next to it. And we're going to work on some other items that are going to come out as well. But that gives you space there to set the tree. And don't glue it in. That way you can move it whenever you want to. But that's just another option there. And then, of course, you see the tree there with the different size Christmas ornaments that you can glue around the tree and paint them different colors if you like. Or you can just leave the tree clean like this in modern, however you prefer. And that's all the different pieces. Make sure you watch the other video for assembly if you haven't already. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Oh, one last thing about the tree. I have one here that isn't glued together. The slot in the tree there is 0.14, and it's intentionally loose because I'm assuming you're going to paint it and you want it to fit in nice and easily. If you need to adjust that slot before you paint it. That way it'll fit. But I bet if you're using 1/8" material, this will do just fine. One more thing. Also, all of the design here is intended to be used for 1/8" material, but the only slot in this entire design is in the Christmas tree. Everything else just stacks and glues together, so you can make that however you'd like. And you can use whatever material thickness you want, but I highly recommend that you stick with 1/8" for everything else, with the exception of the steps, which look really good as something thicker like 1/4". I think that's everything for this design. You guys have fun with these. We're going to have some other parts come out for this in the future, but I think you're really going to love making these. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, I'd love to see what you guys make with this. Take care, have a good time creating, and I'll see you in the groups.